Have you ever seen a 90-year-old person walking faster than someone half their age? Or an elderly woman in her late 80s, bending down in her garden without pain, smiling, strong and calm? In Japan, this isn't a rare sight. While much of the world is battling chronic illness, frailty, and loneliness in old age, Japan is quietly thriving. It's a country where more than 90,000 people are over 100 years old. Many of them still cook, still garden, still ride bicycles, and some still run businesses. How is that even possible? Is it in their genes? Is it some miracle tea they've been drinking for centuries? Or is it something far simpler? Something you and I have the power to do, starting today? In this video, we'll explore the real secrets behind Japan's extraordinary elders. From ancient wisdom and everyday habits, to diet, community, and mindset, you'll discover why Japanese seniors don't just live long, they live well. And if you're getting older, or care about someone who is, this is one video you can't afford to miss. Let's start with a surprising truth. Japan has one of the oldest populations in the world. More than 29% of its population is over the age of 65. And yet, Japan is not collapsing under the weight of aging. In fact, many of its elders are thriving, mentally sharp, physically active, socially engaged. Compare that to many Western nations, where aging is often associated with nursing homes, mobility aids, isolation, and prescription medications. How can a country with so many elderly people remain so healthy, vibrant, and productive? This is the paradox. Aging, which elsewhere means decline, in Japan often means wisdom, contribution, and growth. In small fishing villages, you'll find 80-year-old men repairing boats with steady hands. In the quiet countryside, 90-year-old women still tend their vegetable gardens at sunrise. In the Okinawa Islands, often called the land of immortals, you'll hear laughter echoing through the streets from elders who still dance, cook, and play with grandchildren. What's happening in Japan isn't magic. It's the result of culture, choices, and systems that honor life at every stage. And here's the good news. These aren't secrets meant only for the Japanese. These are principles that anyone anywhere can learn and apply, if they choose to. So, what exactly are they doing differently? What is behind this quiet revolution of healthy aging? Let's dive in. In Japan, aging isn't something to be feared. It's something to be respected. Unlike many parts of the world where youth is glorified and old age is quietly pushed aside, Japanese culture embraces its elders. They are seen as keepers of wisdom, as pillars of the family and community. And this cultural foundation plays a powerful role in how they age. One key idea lies at the heart of this mindset. A word you may have heard before. Ikigai, a reason for being. In Japan, everyone is encouraged to find their Ikigai. It could be a small garden, a morning walk, making breakfast for grandchildren, teaching calligraphy, running a small shop. It doesn't have to be grand. It just has to give you purpose. And purpose, as science confirms, can extend your life. A study from the National Center for Geriatrics and Gerontology in Japan found that people who reported having a strong sense of purpose were far less likely to suffer from dementia, depression, or disability as they aged. In communities like Okinawa, elders often wake up early, not because they have to, but because they want to. They have routines. They have roles. They are still needed. This cultural framework doesn't just nourish the mind, it strengthens the spirit. Aging isn't seen as slowing down. It's seen as entering a new phase of contribution. Whether through storytelling, teaching, crafting, or volunteering, Japanese elders stay involved. And this involvement, this feeling of being seen and valued, is one of the most powerful medicines of all. Walk into a traditional Japanese home around lunchtime, and you'll likely find a meal that looks simple, but is quietly powerful. A bowl of miso soup, steamed vegetables, grilled fish, a small portion of rice, maybe a few slices of pickled radish. No heavy sauces. No oversized portions. No ultra-processed food. Just real ingredients, prepared with care. For Japanese elders, food is not just about taste. It's about balance, season, and function. They follow the wisdom of Hara Hachibu, a Confucian teaching that means, eat until you are 80% full. This practice isn't just tradition, it's smart biology. By avoiding overeating, the body avoids stress, inflammation, and metabolic strain. In Okinawa, one of the regions with the highest concentration of centenarians, this principle is second nature. Their plates are filled with sweet potatoes, their main carbohydrate for generations, tofu and legumes, rich in plant-based protein, seaweed, a superfood packed with minerals, fermented foods like natto and miso, which support gut health, fish, rich in omega-3 fatty acids, red meat, rare, dairy, minimal, sugar, almost non-existent in traditional diets. More importantly, meals are enjoyed slowly and together. Eating is a mindful act, not a rushed one. And over time, this way of eating becomes a silent guardian of health, lowering risks of heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, and even cognitive decline. For Japanese elders, food isn't just fuel. It's a quiet, daily ritual of self-care, a lifelong habit that becomes a shield against aging. And here's the beautiful truth. This kind of eating doesn't require special products or supplements. It only requires attention, tradition, and respect for the body and for the earth. In much of the world, aging means sitting. The older you get, the more you're expected to slow down, to rest. But in Japan, movement is woven into the very fabric of daily life, especially for the elderly. In small towns and large cities alike, it's common to see elders walking briskly to the market, riding bicycles, or climbing stairs without hesitation. They don't need fancy gyms or expensive equipment. Because in Japan, life itself is the workout. Many live in walkable neighborhoods, where errands are done on foot, and cars are often unnecessary. This daily low-impact movement keeps muscles active, joints flexible, and circulation strong. But it goes deeper than that. There's also a cultural commitment to intentional movement, often in groups. One of the most iconic examples? Reigyo Taiso, or radio calisthenics. Every morning across Japan, in parks, schoolyards, and community centers, people gather, many of them well into their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, to perform gentle exercises to the sound of a familiar radio broadcast. It lasts only about 10 minutes, but it encourages consistency, community, and connection. In rural areas, elders remain active through gardening and farming, lifting, bending, digging. These daily chores double as physical training. Others take part in Tai Chi, traditional dance, or martial arts, which emphasize balance, control, and mindfulness. What's most striking is the attitude. Movement isn't seen as something you do to lose weight or punish the body. It's something you do to celebrate being alive. As one Japanese elder once said, "When I move, I remember that I am still here, that I am still useful." And that simple belief? It's more powerful than any pill. In many countries, growing old can be a lonely experience. Friends pass away. Children move far. Communities drift apart. But in Japan, aging doesn't mean isolation. It means connection. From bustling cities to quiet villages, Japanese elders are deeply rooted in their communities. Whether it's morning calisthenics in the park, helping at local temples, or chatting with neighbors at the market, Japanese seniors are rarely alone. In Okinawa, there's a beautiful word that captures this spirit. Moai, a lifelong group of friends who support each other socially, emotionally, and even financially. These Moai groups meet regularly for meals, birthdays, tea, or just simple conversation. Imagine having 4 or 5 friends who check on you every day, who celebrate your victories, and show up when you fall sick. That's not just emotional comfort, it's a lifeline. Studies have shown that social isolation is as harmful to health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Japan's elders, with their deep networks and daily interactions, have built something that money can't buy. A protective web of relationships that lifts them up, keeps them motivated, and reminds them that they are never forgotten. Even the government recognizes this. Many Japanese cities offer elder clubs, activity centers, and community programs tailored specifically for seniors, places to meet, learn, laugh, and contribute. Volunteers in their 80s mentor younger retirees in their 60s. Grandparents care for neighborhood children after school. Some seniors even become silver volunteers, supporting other elderly residents who are less mobile. The message is clear. In Japan, growing older doesn't mean growing invisible. It means stepping into a new chapter, one full of service, friendship, and dignity. And that may be one of the most powerful health strategies of all. Jika kamu sayap, saya akan lanjutkan ke bagian berikutnya. In Japan, keeping the brain sharp is a lifelong pursuit. Walk through a Japanese neighborhood in the early morning, and you might see an 85-year-old man practicing calligraphy with the focus of a monk. Or a group of older women learning a new song on the shamisen, a traditional stringed instrument. These aren't hobbies, they're lifelines for the mind. Japanese elders actively protect their cognitive health through constant mental engagement. Reading, solving puzzles, writing poetry, playing chess, even studying English or computers at local community centers. These habits keep the brain curious and alert. And there's a cultural philosophy behind this too. It's called Kaizen, the idea of continuous, small improvements. Whether it's walking a little farther each day, learning one new word, or adjusting a daily routine, Kaizen keeps the mind open and growing, no matter the age. Another core idea that supports emotional resilience is wabi-sabi, the acceptance of imperfection and the transient nature of life. Rather than fear aging, many Japanese embrace it as a natural, beautiful phase of life. Wrinkles are not hidden, they are respected. Slowness is not shameful, it's thoughtful. This gentle philosophy reduces the stress and fear that often comes with aging in other parts of the world. As a result, Japanese elders report lower levels of anxiety, depression, and mental decline. Their resilience doesn't come from resisting age, it comes from flowing with it. They see every day, even at 95, as a chance to learn something new, to improve a little, to grow again. And that mindset? It may just be the sharpest tool they carry into old age. In Japan, staying healthy isn't just a personal goal, it's a national priority. The Japanese healthcare system is one of the most effective and accessible in the world, and it plays a crucial role in supporting the well-being of its aging population. But what truly sets it apart? It's not just the treatment of illness, it's the prevention of it. The system is designed to catch health issues before they become dangerous. Regular medical checkups are free or highly subsidized, even for low-income seniors. Community clinics, mobile screenings, and local health campaigns make it easy for people to monitor blood pressure, cholesterol, bone density, and more. Elders are encouraged to check in with their doctors even when nothing feels wrong. Prevention, in Japan, is a mindset. Local governments often run wellness workshops and fitness programs specifically for seniors, teaching everything from fall prevention to cooking for heart health. Even pharmacies and grocery stores join the effort by providing health education materials, blood pressure stations, and dietary counseling. And unlike many countries where healthcare is reactive and expensive, in Japan, it's proactive and affordable. There's also a strong emphasis on public health and cleanliness. Masks during flu season, hygiene routines, and respectful distancing aren't new ideas here. They've been cultural norms for generations. The result? Chronic diseases are spotted earlier. Hospital stays are shorter. Recovery rates are higher. But perhaps more importantly, Japanese elders don't feel like passive patients. They are active participants in their own well-being. The healthcare system supports them not just to survive, but to thrive. In Japan, medicine is not just a cure, it's a partnership between science, culture, and everyday living. Meet Ms. Ueno, age 97. Every morning, she rises before sunrise to tend her small vegetable garden in Saitama. With a straw hat on her head and dirt under her fingernails, she still grows her own food: beans, daikon, leafy greens. When asked why she continues, she simply smiles and says, "The plants keep me alive, so I return the favor." She walks without assistance, prepares her own meals, and reads the newspaper every day. Then there's Mr. Yamamoto, age 90, who still runs his tiny ramen shop in Tokyo. His hands may shake slightly, but his memory is sharp. He still remembers the names of regular customers from 30 years ago. "If I stop working, I'll stop living," he says with a laugh. His shop has no computers, no credit card machine, just a small stove, a few stools, and a heart full of purpose. Or take Yuki-san, age 102, from Okinawa. She's part of a local moai group that meets every Tuesday afternoon to dance, share tea, and talk about life. Her secret? Don't stop moving. Don't stop loving. Don't stop laughing. These aren't actors. They aren't health influencers. They're ordinary people living extraordinary lives. Their secret isn't a mystery. It's a combination of purpose, routine, community, movement, and joy. They don't chase youth. They embrace age, with grace, humor, and quiet strength. And in doing so, they show us what's possible when we stop fearing old age and start preparing for it, intentionally. What happens in many parts of the world when people grow old? In Western countries especially, aging is often met with fear, avoidance, and neglect. Advertisements glorify youth. Wrinkles are treated like a disease. Retirement often means social disconnection, loss of identity, and dependence on medications. Many elders spend hours in front of a television. Meals become microwave dinners. Days go by without meaningful conversation, or even sunlight. And when illness comes, as it often does in sedentary lives filled with processed food and isolation, the healthcare system intervenes. But only then. Pills replace prevention. Care facilities replace community. In many Western societies, people live longer than ever before, but often not better. The statistics show it. Higher rates of obesity, heart disease, and diabetes. Increasing mental health issues like depression and dementia among the elderly. Rising rates of elder abuse and neglect. What's missing? Purpose. Movement. Respect. Connection. Japan does not have better genes. Japan has better habits. Habits that are built into culture, environment, and mindset. Habits that are not impossible to adopt, but require intention. And as we compare, we are left with a powerful question. Are we aging, or are we simply decaying? The good news is that it's never too late to change the course. How can we bring their wisdom into our lives, no matter where we live or how old we are? The good news? You don't need to move to Okinawa or speak Japanese fluently to benefit. These practices are universal and deeply human. Let's break it down into 5 simple shifts you can make, starting today. 1. Find your Ikigai. Ask yourself, what gives me joy? What makes me feel useful? What do I want to wake up for tomorrow? Your Ikigai doesn't have to be big. It could be walking your dog, teaching your grandchild, learning an instrument, or even growing a single flower. Purpose adds years to your life, and life to your years. 1. Move every day, no excuses. You don't need a gym. You need consistency. Walk. Stretch. Garden. Dance. Do housework with intention. Try simple morning routines like Japan's Reigyo Taiso. 10 minutes of gentle movement each day can prevent a decade of decline. 1. Eat to nourish, not to fill. Follow the principle of Hara Hachibu. Eat until you're 80% full. Focus on whole, colorful foods. Vegetables, especially leafy greens and root vegetables. Fish, tofu, legumes. Fermented foods like yogurt, kimchi, or miso. Reduce sugar. Avoid processed junk. Your future self will thank you. 1. Invest in people, not screens. Build your own moai, a small group of trusted friends you can count on. Don't let age isolate you. Make phone calls. Share meals. Join local groups. Volunteer. Loneliness kills faster than illness. Connection heals deeper than medicine. 1. Practice wabi-sabi. Embrace aging, don't fight it. You are not broken because you are aging. You are becoming. Accept the wrinkles. Accept the slowness. See the beauty in imperfection. Aging is not the end, it's the reward. In the words of a 104-year-old Okinawan grandmother, every year, I become more myself. You can't control your genetics, but you can control your habits. And those habits can shape the rest of your life, starting now. What if, instead, it meant becoming stronger in spirit, deeper in wisdom, and more connected to the world around you than ever before? That's what Japan shows us. Their elders are not just living longer. They are living better, with clarity, dignity, joy, and purpose. And that future is available to you. Not because of luck. Not because of wealth. But because of choice. You can choose to wake up with intention. To walk more. To eat a little less. To laugh more often. To reach out to others. You can choose to build a life that doesn't just delay aging, but embraces it. The time to prepare for a vibrant old age is not someday. It's now. So whether you're 35 or 75, let this message echo in your mind. You have more control than you think. And if a 92-year-old woman in rural Japan can still kneel to tend her garden, if a 101-year-old man can still wake up to open his noodle shop, then perhaps aging isn't the enemy. Maybe it's our greatest teacher. Thank you for watching. And if you know someone who needs to hear this message, share it with them. Because a long life is not enough. We deserve a good one.